What is up, guys? Patrick here from NintenTalk, back with a brand new video. Today's video is going to be all about the state of game reviews and my kind of thoughts and opinions on modern day game reviewers. And something that I think is negatively affecting the gaming space. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. Maybe leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section after the video. But yes, let's talk about this. So what exactly is happening, you might be saying? And I feel like modern day game reviewers are getting a little lazy and getting a little too conscious of the number side of YouTube. And there are a lot of full-time YouTubers that literally live and die by view count, subscriber count. Fortunately for me, I don't do that. I have a full-time job. You know, this is something that I do on the side. But there are a lot of people that rely on income and income provided by YouTube to, maintain their lives. This is their full-time job. So what exactly is happening? Well, here's what happens if you are, I would say, if you have a large audience to get the attention of developers, maybe even Nintendo themselves. So they send you a game very early, weeks ahead of time. I have some experience in this. I have reviewed some games, but they give you a code of a game that is set to release, oftentimes a couple weeks before it's set to come out. And they give you a bunch of information on the game. They give you a slight overview on the game. They give you some screenshots, some logos to use, maybe in like a thumbnail or something. But they don't give you a lot of information and in-depth information. They'll give you kind of what's happening in the story and some, highlight some selling points, as they say, some features to kind of highlight in your review. And then they give you what they call an embargo. So a time in which you can talk about the game. Some embargoes are different. Some embargoes have multiple layers. So at this certain date, you can talk about the game. And then at this other date, you can actually put out your review. And oftentimes these embargoes are before the game releases. And that's how these YouTubers get the views that they need. And oftentimes reviewers will rush out a review just to meet that embargo time, because no one wants to hear about what a game, plays like and looks like months after the game comes out. They want to know that information before they make the purchase. It kind of makes the consumer, it gives the consumer kind of a sense of safeness, a sense of security in knowing that the game that they're looking for is reviewing well. And even today, I feel a lot more confident when a game that I am going to purchase is reviewing well. It's getting positive reviews in the gaming space. That, to me, gives me a certain level of security and kind of reassuring in my purchase. Now, the biggest thing about this and the negative aspect of it is incomplete game reviews. And it's something, especially this trend, incomplete game reviews, is something that I've noticed in actually a few months. It's pretty recent that I've been seeing this happen. And basically what's happening is these game reviewers are not really giving a full-fledged review, but in fact they're giving a first impression. So they're playing this game for about 10 to 30 hours and giving kind of their impressions on the game. And even within these quote-unquote reviews, they are saying, well, I haven't got to that point yet. I haven't got there yet. I haven't unlocked this yet. And to me, there's a certain level of responsibility for a game reviewer to give a full and concise opinion on this game through and through. You should complete the story. You should know this game inside and out. Just because a game says, it'll take about, 10 to 15 hours to completely play through this, as a game reviewer, in your mind, you should be like, okay, it takes 10 to 15 hours. I should probably put in about 20 to 30 hours so that I fully realize and understand what this game is about. And modern day game reviewers aren't doing that. They're not taking that step. They're putting these reviews out way beforehand just to get those clicks, just to get those views, so that their video will be easily searchable in the search results. Now, I've noticed this a lot with recent reviews, like I said before, but a game that just came out, Octopath Traveler. Now, I was not given a review code for this game. This was a Nintendo game. They sent it out to select people of influence, you could say. So I'm not really sure when they got the games and how long the embargo was. Now, I'm assuming they got this game a few weeks ago. This game just came out today at the time of this recording, so they probably got the game a few weeks ago. Now, unless you literally did nothing for the past few weeks and just played that game and got all of your thoughts and opinions out, I don't think that these reviewers are doing that. I think that they're playing the game. They're getting kind of a gist of it, especially with this game too, because this game is set up in a way where you have 8 different stories going on in this game. And it's easily playable to play like 2 or 3 of these stories and get a gist of what's going on. So I think that that's what's happening with these reviewers. They're playing part or most of these stories and getting kind of a clear, you know, a concise thought, their thoughts and opinions they feel are concise, but really you're not playing the game fully through. Now, why is this a big problem? This is a big problem because game reviews stay on YouTube forever. These reviews you can look back on 5 to 10 years later and see these people's thoughts and opinions on this specific game. It's almost like a time capsule. You know, you can go right now and search Super Mario Galaxy review for the Wii, and you will find IGN's review, you'll find different reviewers. You'll find that review stuck in time, their score, their thoughts and opinions. That's why it is such a big responsibility of game reviewers to provide a fair and accurate, you know, representation of what they experience with this game. And if you're rushing out your review, and this review is going to stay on there for years and years, you kind of know what's next. You know, you're having a untrue, in some cases untrue, inaccurate review staying on YouTube for years and years to come. And, you know, these reviewers aren't going to take these games down. They're not going to take these videos down because they got a ton of views. They got a ton of clicks. For them, that review did what it was supposed to do, and that's get views, get people's attention, maybe get some subscribers out of it. And that's not the way that game reviews are supposed to happen. And a lot of people, I would say more so in the casual game market, are using YouTube as a way to kind of gauge their purchase. You know, even still, I find myself going to some specific reviewers and getting their thoughts and opinions on a specific game because I don't always have extra funds to buy multiple games. So some points it comes down to about 1 to maybe 3 games that I'm interested in, and based off of community's perception of these games, that's the game that I'll be choosing. So you're providing inaccurate, false reviews on, you know, incomplete games, and consumers are they're confused because they're seeing the game, they're seeing gameplay, they're hearing thoughts and opinions, but to hear a reviewer say, well, I haven't done all of that yet. I haven't done that yet. And I get, these reviewers get a ton of games. They get a ton of codes for games every single week, every single day, some reviewers. So I can kind of see on that side, but when you sign up to review a game, I feel like there's a certain level of responsibility for you to put out a concise and accurate review instead of just doing it for what I was saying before, for the numbers side of it. And it's just unfortunate that that's happening. So I'm at a point now where, yes, I will look at reviews still. IGN, Game Explain. Some of these guys are the biggest offenders of this, but I will still watch their reviews and, you know, either take their review for what it is or just ignore it entirely. I'm more so, this is kind of what I've been doing, and this is kind of, I think, the safe bet now. If you're looking at game reviews, look at when the review was posted, what type of game it is. Yeah, so for me, indie games are kind of a safe bet. Games that take about 5 to 10 hours, those are kind of a safe bet because that's kind of like a long playthrough. You can do that within a week's time. Even if you get the code like a week beforehand, I still think that you can make a concise and accurate review in that short amount of time. But games like Breath of the Wild, Octopath Traveler, even like Xenoblade Chronicles, I'm not taking a review for what it's worth, simply because I just don't feel, as a consumer and someone who's played a ton of video games, you can't get that accurate representation of what the game is in that short amount of time. So for me, game reviewers and game reviews in general have become less and less credible as time goes on. It's more so about who is going to click on this video rather than the information that they're providing. So I don't know how you guys feel about this topic, something that I've been wanting to talk about for quite some time. Let me know down below in the comments section how you feel about modern day game reviewers, and it'd be interesting to know who you guys go to for accurate game reviews. Thank you guys very much again. If you like what you see here, hit that like button, think about subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. But for now, see you later, guys.